Okay, so this is video 2 of doing 12 postures, one posture per video or components that go with it, over Chang's Tai Chi. Okay, so the application of the postures. Again, you may have a totally different view on the movements, whether you're involved in this system or in another Tai Chi system. You may feel that it's one way or the other. But anyway, this is my interpretation of these movements based on my training with my teacher, and I'm just trying to put these out there so that people can see, how it works, how Master Chang's Tai Chi works. So we're going to do single whip and double pull. I feel that they're conjoined in most places, and they're very similar in their approach. So we're going to look at them. We're going to kind of do it slowly. We got about 6 or 7 different aspects we're going to look at. There's plenty of other things, and then there's also as well, I can turn it into a combination utilizing another posture, right, or another set of techniques and movement. So this double pull, in the form, depending on how you do it, the person comes here, right, and then they'll attach and do the single whip. So mainly what this is, in my opinion, is someone is throwing a strike and I want to try to deflect it or move it. I can also do it as a lock or as a guiding action, right? So when he throws the punch, I'm going to be here like this, right? So I have his wrist and my other hand is on his elbow. If you notice, this thumb is up, this thumb is down. So this gives me more of an opportunity to control it. This is easier for the person to break free from. Here I can get a much better grip on the arm. So if he throws me a couple of 3 punches, look like this, right? I don't have to do it like I'm doing the form, right? I'm doing it in this slow fashion. That has a totally different base, what it's trying to help to develop in your body. But this type of application, you need it, and sometimes the punches are going to come at me in such a slow fashion, right? It's going to be somewhat explosive, and I need to be able to deal with it, right? So I can also do it to the inside, right? He throws the punch, and I can come in here and catch it this way. Now, I may have my hand down instead of up. Again, I'm moving this thing across, right? So he throws the punch in here, right? But look, I'm not going to turn all the way here. I'm moving me from side to side. Right? So he throws the punch. If I do it as a lock, right? Come here and look, I try to use my body and I'll pull back here and I'll snap the joint or damage it, right? He does the other side. Same thing here, right? It's not me using my arms, but I'm going to use the leg and the waist to generate this force. Right? Yes, well, yes. No. I can use it also like as a guiding fashion. I'm draw him down, right? He throws the punch. If I do the single whip, different opinions on the single whip. Let's look at that as a strike first, so we just get that out of the way. So he throws the punch, and look, I'm going to come here and I'm going to hit him with the hand or with the forearm, right? He throws the punch, I'm going to come inside. I can step in with it too, here, boom, and strike with the piece. Whether it comes from either side, right? Here, and just strike. Another side, here, right? And look, it's not this I'm trying to use me as a whole, right? So here, boom, I'm just going to, again, instead of me hitting him, I'm just going to buck him so you see what I'm talking about. That's not this action. Again. If I use it as a control, right? This piece here, most of the time when you see it, he's facing here. It can be done here too. Think about what this is doing. This is grabbing something, and this is controlling something. If I did it from the outside, I would probably more likely want to control his shoulder right? And in this fashion, right? You see where the direction and how I'm looking at the person. If I do it from the inside, say I seized here, then I want to go for a strike or to do this neck mopping, right? And just spinning down. But he comes with the other hand. I'm going to try to control the inside of his elbow with my forearm. Push in there with your arm. Yeah, try to get my head. Right? So like this, right? But I'm not going to make this big resistance. If he goes to do something like this and keeps pushing pressure, I'll turn it into something else, right? There's always a little give and a take. But from the front, right? Yeah. So it's like this, right? And again, I don't want to fight this, but I'll use it to my advantage, right? Turn it into something else, like, I don't know, downward pulling, right? From the outside, here I try to control his arm. I kind of, maybe if I push force into him and he goes to resist to push it back, boom, I'll do something like forward kick, right? Which is, I see single whip as being more of that action, right? Not just controlling something, not just striking something, but also tripping. I can do it this way too, here, boom, right? And so again, I go into the joint or I put pressure into the back of his tricep and hit it, and it's very painful, like here, bam, and hit the muscle, or in here, above the elbow and hit the nerves, bam, here. If we look at it with the forward kick, again, so he throws the punch, I've captured it, and I come here. And I'm not just going to kind of try to control the arm, but again, if I put a little force and he goes to withdraw, then I'm going to scoop the leg. Again, he throws his punch, and I seize. If I do it like with a double pull, right? So you say he throws he punches 1, 2, right? He comes again, come inside, right? Try to control him. And then again, he gets this arm or something. I want to be able to turn him, right? So as he starts to pushing or trying to break it, I can also do it as a underlock, right? Which kind of starts to get kind of this kind of stuff, right? I don't really think that was that great, and it uses too much muscle for the action. But again, on the inside, I do the 2. I come here to kind of deal with this double pull, and as it comes to get me again, I'm just going to control the neck. And we call this wheeling, right? So I would turn him, and I could do again downward pulling. Or I could execute with the leg and kick the leg out or kick this leg out. But 1, 2, right? Again, the forward kick to the outside. He does the punch. I control and 2 people away. And you can control him with a wrist lock if you wish. So a bunch more of these moves. These are just short little introductions to the movements. There's not overly detailed, just showing some examples. And again, there will be a series of 12 of these videos with some of the most popular Tai Chi postures, and us utilizing the leg as we do in Chang Tai Chi. Thanks for watching.